We welcome you to the Liam and Lucas Bible Podcast. Today we're going to continue on the 59 one another's.
So, starting off, I have Galatians 5:15. If you bite and devour each other, watch out or you will be destroyed by each other. So, when it says bite and devour, it's referring to destructive impersonal behaviors. So, in the early church, believers were arguing over religious rules and legalism, attacking one another with hurtful words, backbiting, and bitter criticism. Here, Paul warns us that without love, infighting causes mutual destruction. When a community spends its energy tearing down each other, the result is total dismantling of their unity, peace, and shared witnesses.
Yeah. The first verse I'm going to share is 2 John 1, verses 5 through 6, which says, "And now I plead with you, lady, not as though I wrote a new commandment to you, but that which we have had from the beginning, that we love one another. This is love, that we walk according to his commandments. This is the commandment, that as you have heard from the beginning, you should walk in it." And here John is saying that God's commandment is love, and that God's love is his commandments. And when you read the Bible, you see that what we're commanded to do aren't these strict and cruel things that bring people down, but rather it builds us all up, it builds us together. And when we walk in God's commandments, we become more righteous because we're becoming more like God each and every day that we follow his commandments. So.
And next I have 1 Peter 4:10. As each has received a gift, use it to serve one another. So it means that each believer is uniquely equipped by God with spiritual gifts and talents. And these abilities are not meant for personal hoarding or pride or self-promotion, but are meant to be actively used to help others and acting as trustworthy managers of God's diverse blessings. And God gives, each individual specific talents and spiritual gifts, examples such as teaching, serving, encouragement, and administration. And so, no one is left out of these wonderful gifts, and no gift is less important than another.
Yeah, I mean, some people are great orators, and others are really patient listeners.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Everybody's different. My second verse is 1 Peter 5:5, which says, "Likewise, you younger people, submit yourselves to your elders. Yes, all of you be submissive to one another, and be clothed with humility. For God resists the proud, but gives grace to the humble." And I saw here that what is said by respecting your elders meant more about the church elders rather than just generally older people.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I mean, that's obviously you'd still want to be respectful to everybody.
Yeah.
But respecting your church elders means to listen to their advice, to listen to what they tell you, and listen to their admonishments when they tell you that you might be doing something incorrectly, to listen to them. And being submissive to one another means that, rather than being prideful and headstrong.
Yeah.
So that's my second verse.
Mm-hmm. And for my third verse, I have Hebrews 10:24. Stir up one another to love and good works. So, at its core, this verse is a call to intentional, active community. It means Christians should purposefully think about how to encourage and motivate each other to live out their faith through love and acts of service. Faith is not just a personal, internal feeling, but it's meant to be actionable. The focus is on stimulating a relational love for others and performing practical good works.
My third verse is 1 Thessalonians 5, verse 11, which says, "Therefore comfort each other and edify one another, just as you also are doing." I had a similar verse last week, and we are supposed to comfort one another, but we're also supposed to edify one another, to show to help each other out when you think that somebody might be straying, or to just a gentle push in the right direction. And I think it's incredible that the earliest churches from 2,000 years ago, these people were doing these things when there is a lot more persecution and difficulty versus, say, safer times like where we are right now. But then also, I'm certain that all the persecuted churches all over the world right now are still practicing this verse.
For my next verse, I have Colossians 3:3. Bear with one another and forgive one another. So this verse is calling for continuous patience when dealing with the flaws and quirks of others. And it requires granting full unmerited forgiveness we have received from Christ as the ultimate standard, and holding on to the bitterness and poisons of your own heart, whereas choosing to forgive liberates you from the past. And this practice serves as a lubrication that allows diverse communities to remain unified and loving together.
My fourth verse is Galatians chapter 6, verse 2, which says, "Bear one another's burdens and so fulfill the law of Christ." And this is actually a pretty difficult one to follow, because sometimes you feel like it would be a whole lot more peaceful if you did just shut everybody off. And if somebody has an issue, it would be easier if you just didn't listen or weren't involved. And sometimes people might have issues and they might be resolved more immediately, but sometimes people have issues that are repeated. Sometimes there are people that they keep falling into the same issues, and then you might be like, I just want to help, but then you keep doing the same things. And bearing one another's burdens means to do that, and because that's the law of Christ. It's not to just be as peaceful as live as peaceful a life for yourself as possible. It's to bear one another's burdens as Christ did when he wept for Lazarus. And he was bearing his loved one's burdens.
My next verse is Philippians 2:3. In humility, count others more than yourself. And this verse instructs believers to reject pride and rivalry, and replacing self-promotion with genuine humility. And it commands others to value others above themselves, shifting focus from personal gain and empty status to the need to success and to the success of those around them by helping others through acts of kindness and faith, showing your faith to God.
My fifth and last verse is Romans 15, verse 14, which says, "Now I myself am confident concerning you, my brethren, that you also are full of goodness, filled with all knowledge, able also to admonish one another." And Paul is saying that because of the people of the church in Rome's goodness, he's saying that their goodness will be able to win over their sinfulness, and that their goodness will be allow them to admonish one another, to tell them where they are going wrong, to tell each other what the right thing to do is, what the law of God says. And he's saying that because we're in Christ, our goodness will win over the sins that we're doing. And that's all because of Jesus' righteousness that he's given us.
Yeah.
So that's my last verse.
Okay.
And we hope that these verses were helpful, and that, Lord willing, you could study them and see just how much the Bible has to say about who we are as a community, and how much God has given us to love each other and to help each other out. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.